Hey, Hellbirds, welcome to the 2024 Premier Billiards Masters Artistic Pool Championship. We are coming at you live from the Clubhouse behind Billiards here in beautiful Lynchburg, Virginia. All right, so first up, we are having Tim the Dragon Chin. Let me show some info here. So I am going to turn over the microphone to our commentating geniuses. That would be, of course, Mark White and Abram Diaz.
Well,
how's it going, everybody?
Yeah, it's good, thank you, Abram. It's the first time I've been called a genius. I'm not sure about you.
I try, but no, I'm nowhere near a genius, though. But
So describe what we got here then, Abram.
all right, so what Tim's actually going to do, he's going to be pocketing 4 balls in one shot. The 9 ball and the 13 ball, which are frozen to the cue ball, are going to go in the side in the corner. And the 8 ball and 5 ball are also going to go in their respective corners, just like that. We need a clarification if it's good.
It did get kicked in, didn't it, the 8 boy? Don't think it was
It
going.
did get kicked in.
Does it count?
Yeah. I let me pull up.
I think we should let him off because he got a bonus of the cue ball as well, which was quite nice. That
Yeah,
was
I think
genius,
it does
anything.
go because it's as long as it's not the cue ball making the additional contact. I think we're I would call it a good shot. Does it look like it rattled and dropped? Looks like Theo's gonna do the same exact shot.
Yeah, I think it was the striped 13, wasn't it? That wasn't going to go, and then the black the 8 ball kind of kicked it in. So all is good.
Yes.
So does he have to play the same shot, or can he play his own shot?
So this in the playing the exact same shot. Basically, him and Tim tend to like the same shot. Theo's gonna be, and there it is.
Yeah, just bear with us, guys, just for a second. We are just sorting out a couple of sound issues, but hopefully not going to spoil your enjoyment too much. First day, of course, of 2 days of competition. Artistic Pool Championships. I've been lucky enough to actually attend one of these when it was in, where was it now? Parkersburg, I believe, wasn't it?
Yes.
I met you there, Mr. Too Tall.
Yes, we did meet in Parkersburg.
That's correct. So tell us a little bit about this young man, Dan the Spear Thrower Hosier.
Gosh, I met Dan probably in 2012. I would have to say 2012 is probably when I first met him. I want to say in Valley Forge at the Super Billiard Expo. Yeah, a lot of talent. He's very smart. He's good at adjustments. There we go.
Oh, look, perfection.
Made it look easy.
So 6, 6, and 6. Oh, it's the devil.
So we're going to fix that right now. Theo's got the next shot. The Be Still shot. Yes, this is a nice one.
I love this one. These really do fascinate me.
Yes,
and
I
this does
remember.
exactly. Go ahead.
No, I remember what I was going to say is I remember, believe it was Tom Rossman and Mike Massey on ESPN. I saw them do this shot, but they had like a quarter on top of the cue ball in the middle there. Let's see.
So the cue ball stays still.
Cue ball stays still. It can move, but it can't move more than a chalk's width off the rail. And it looks like Theo just hit too full into the first object ball by the corner pocket, which is why he jawed it.
So how long would it take you to learn this particular shot then, for instance?
Well, someone can very easily learn it in gosh, I feel I could teach it to somebody in a matter of in about an hour or so, but to get consistent at it, that's another story. He hit that as good as you could hit it.
Yeah, young Theo is a very, very talented young man, isn't he?
Yes.
So, of course, Tim got to go first in the first discipline, and then Theo gets to go first in this one, and then in the third round, Dan gets to choose first. This is in
Watch how he
Trick and
hits
Fancy.
this.
So kind of a half ball, is it?
Half ball hit, and then depending on if you come long or short, you would adjust hitting fuller or thinner. Like by the looks of that, Dan's going to know to make the adjustment because he went long on it.
And by long, you mean it came away from the rail and hit the top rail rather than going in the pocket, right?
Yes.
So he needs to now, what adjustment does he need here, Abram? To go thinner or thicker?
So
or,
he would hit thinner on the ball, or he would move the entire setup about a half ball or so.
Oh, as you said, he's good at making the adjustment. It's exactly what you said, wasn't it? He's very, very talented at making the adjustment quickly.
Very smart. On top of being a good player, he's very smart. He's really good at using his peripherals, and it helps to see where a ball missed, so you know to make the right adjustment. He's really good at that stuff.
See, that's why I'm no shots, because I only have one eye, and I've got no peripheral vision. So I've got tunnel vision almost, like a horse wearing blinkers.
Yeah, we had a gentleman named Sergio that competed, and he was blind in one eye, and he actually shot with a ball cap on because it helped with narrow his line of sight on certain shots.
Yeah, interesting.
This is an interesting shot Tim is setting up. Same point value as the one you saw Dan and Theo do. This one has a little bit more going for it, though.
So what's the idea here? What's he planning to do here, Mr. Chin?
He's going to make the one ball in the corner pocket on the bottom right, in the left corner pocket, I believe it's the 15 ball, also in the corner pocket where the 11 is going to go, and then the 8 ball is going to go into the side. The cue ball is going to carry him off. and pocket the 5 ball in the corner pocket. 5 balls, 1 shot.
Oh, you weren't lying, were you, when you
Okay.
said there's a thing on? Just missed the 5 ball.
And that's tough when you miss that ball because, in my opinion, especially on these diamond tables, it's that ball and that ball that goes into that side pocket, in my opinion, is the toughest ball to make.
Yeah, it did wobble, didn't it? The 8 ball, I think it was, wobbled in the side, but it did drop in, so it would have counted had he have made the made the 5 ball. And am I right in being a bit unkind saying that the 5 ball should be the easiest ball to make?
Not necessarily. I mean, because he's gonna. I'm gonna put a little bit of top on this to prevent from going long. Nice adjustment, but he hit 2.
Well, as you said, Abram, there's a lot going on, isn't there, with this shot, which of course means there's also a lot that can go wrong.
Yes.
Great character, Tim Chin. Always fun to have around. The Dragon.
Yes.
I believe he got to the final of the year that I was there.
Yes, that is correct.
Was it Miss Doney that won it that year? I think it might have been.
Master Lin. Yeah, Ching Ming Lin won it.
Yes. What a great player he is. Oh.
Yeah, him and Tim Chin actually had a really good rematch at this past World Championship. They met in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, I actually missed that one, unfortunately. I don't know what I was doing. I was travelling somewhere, I think, Abraham.
Oh,
there we go.
There it is.
Great shot. So, 3rd attempt. Now, what degree of difficulty is that? How many points is it for first, that one? I hope I haven't put you on the spot.
So that one's 7 points. That's a 7-point shot, but Tim got it on his 3rd attempt, so he's looking at 5 points.
Okay. Yeah, moves up from 6 to 11. Let's see if any of the next 2 can make any advances and go past the Dragon. Next up, the spear thrower. Now, what's he playing here?
He's playing the half butterfly shot. One of my personal favorites. I tend to pick this shot whenever possible in the early rounds.
Looks very interesting. Once
all
again,
3
a lot
balls
going on here with this shot.
All 3 balls are going to be made on the right half of the table. Cue ball is going to go around 3 rails, pocketing the combination.
So is he playing some high right spin on this shot? Oh, look at this.
High
look
right,
at this.
yes.
First time.
Beautiful. He even came
came
long on the shot too.
Oh, straight in there with 8 points with that one. So slightly more difficult shot and got it first time.
Yes, and right here we're Tim's Twister. Ha! I figured this because this is one of Tim's really neat creations here.
Saw him practicing this when he was warming up. What a lovely thing to have a shot named after you, to actually, to invent a shot. And it looks like he's going to get it first time as well. Brilliant.
Oh, yeah.
from Tim Chin. So, does the shark smell blood? Does he see this as an opportunity to also pull away slightly, only slightly, of course, from Tim? You see a replay, catching it just about thick enough to make it. Good shot.
And that's the problem with that twister shot, is that it tends to play short on a lot of tables, so you really got to get up and over and get that extreme top right on it to get it to elongate off that third rail. Oh, and he came up short, I could tell.
So there was his chance to stay with the leader. Now, a lot of people have said to me that they love these trick shots, but it's the setting up. When they're setting up several balls, it takes a little bit of time. It's one part of the sport that they don't particularly like too much. So I said, well, that's commentators' fault. It's up to us to make it more interesting while they're setting the balls up. But that one didn't take too long. Beautiful shot.
No, Theo's a real talent. But yes, like you were saying with the setups, yeah, that's kind of it. I mean, the good thing is experience the player gets, the setups are quicker. I remember on ESPN against Florian, Tom and Stefano, we had I want to say you have like 60 seconds or a minute and a half to set the shot up and shoot. If not, you're on your second attempt. And you can request like one extension.
Like a shot clock, right?
Yes, exactly, because it has to be. Because I mean, most of these players will tell you if they're. All right, Tim. Never-ending story. 4 balls. Cue ball's gonna come off the rail, through the tunnel, and into the 10. Through the tunnel.
Look at the spin on that.
Excellent shot, Tim.
Look at the spin on that. Did it hit a bit of chalk? Oh, it hit a cue.
Yeah.
He hit the button.
Guides it from that angle.
That's one of my favourite shots, that the never-ending story. It kind of makes me want to sing, but I won't. Do you know, I have a few favourites, Abram. I love Through the Window, and I love the circular draw. They're my 2 favourite shots, I think I have to say.
Yeah, circular draw, I would definitely agree. It's one of my favorites too. And then I also really like there's a follow variation of that shot, the circular follow, which is another real good one. But yeah, circular draw is probably one of the more tougher shots.
I actually saw a video yesterday of a player playing that shot in a match to actually gain position on the 9 ball from the 8. He had that similar shot on the 8 ball, needed to get back for the 9. I'm trying to think who it was. I think it might have been, it was Jeff DeLuna that played the shot. He's got such cue power, that guy, and in a match. Tremendous shot. So it just shows you that although these are, trick shots from these artistic pool players, some of these shots can actually come up in a match.
Yes, several of them. I remember.
Beautiful. Oh, how has he missed the one?
You know what happened there? I
Bounced.
believe that butt wasn't fully tucked, frozen underneath the rail. When that happens,
Oh,
it almost acts like a little trampoline effect. Instead of blunting the cue ball and causing it to roll, it acts as a trampoline. It kind of bounces it off. But it looked like he fixed it. He looks like he really made sure it's tucked in now.
dare I say, Abraham, a schoolboy error.
No, it happens to... We all miss shots over the craziest of reasons. I mean, I've missed shots because I forgot to put the hanging ball when setting it up, and it's like it's your own fault. It just happens.
It's kind of the thing, though. He won't do that again, will he? Because the next time he comes to set up this shot, he'll make sure that that butt is nice and tight to that rail.
Let's see.
Attempt number 2. Oh, he's gone too wide and caught the end ball.
He had a little bit too much right English. He needs to tighten it up a little bit, tighten that angle up.
So he just threw the cue ball too much. Is that what you're saying, Abram?
Yeah. The cue ball came off, the cue ball rebound off the rail, off the long rail a little bit too hard, which caused it to come into the row of balls. And that's usually happens when you put a little bit too much English on the shot. This shot requires a lot of top spin.
So leading up to a tournament like this, how many hours a day or a week would you put into practice?
Oh, ideally, I prefer to do my practice early in the morning, before work. I usually don't like to practice after I've had a long day of work. That's really important to me. But I generally like to put 3-4 hours a day leading up to an event. And then on top of just practicing on your table, just going around to different pool rooms and setting up different shots, just getting a feel for adjustments in different tables, because they always play different at the tournament.
Yeah.
Oh, he got that collision. It's also why it's worth 9 points.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a shot, as you say. You know, you've only got 3 attempts, and you've got to make certain adjustments. So first one, okay, you make an adjustment. Then the next time something else goes a little bit awry, so you have to make another adjustment. Then you have to make sure that you still got the first adjustment right. It's a very, very difficult discipline, isn't it, when so much is going on?
Yes. And that's the thing about... I get asked the question a lot, and the best piece of advice to an aspiring trick shot artist is knowing your adjustments. For example, you miss one of the balls. If you don't see what side of the pocket that ball hit on your next attempt, technically you have not increased your probability of making the shot. So it's knowing all that, and yes, it's tough to do in 3 attempts.
Yeah, it is. Now,
and then on ESPN, I remember we got 2.
That's even tougher. 2 attempts. Wow, that's brutal.
Let's see Dan here.
Oh,
Okay.
lost the cue ball. So now, as he sets these up, he'll be wanting to get them set up as quick as possible. He'll remember exactly where the balls went, what he needs to do to adjust this time.
Yeah, so if anything's going through Dan's mind right now, he's not even worried about the 4 balls because he made them clean. He's thinking right now, the angle of my cue ball and the English I applied caused me to run into that row of blocker balls. Everything else went on the shot. So basically, he just has one adjustment to worry about, and that's his cue ball placement and where he's contacting.
So is he coming
See,
a little
looks like he
bit
doesn't have
wider away from the rail or not?
It's almost like he's coming a little bit more into the rail. Give himself less angle
Okay.
so it doesn't come off the rail as hard. Perfect adjustment.
Yes. Perfect, look. And just as you said, that's his quality. A great talent to understand the adjustment very, very quickly. Got it done in one shot. Well done.
Well, they're getting
Joint
ready for
first
the
place.
mute my mic for one quick second.
The perfect setup. Hope you're enjoying this first round, guys, from the Premier Billiards Masters Artistic Pool Championships 2024. Theo Mihalis getting ready to kick things off. He'll be hoping for a perfect shot. A perfect shot. So just tap in the balls just to get them touching each other. That's why they're tapping the balls. You may have caught a glimpse of Jamie Moody. You can't miss him. He's the man with the colourful waistcoats. Great guy. There he is, look. He's like a beacon. You can spot him anywhere. So attempt number one for Theo.
Okay, looks like the 1 ball hit the short rail. So, as long as Theo saw that, he should be good. Theo's really good at this shot.
Yeah, this was his choice. He's gone first in this particular discipline, so he must fancy the shot. And of course, the players will also be watching how the balls react as well, how the table's playing as part of it also. This is good.
Pocket.
This is
Come
very
on.
good.
Oh, nice shot, Theo.
The shark smelt blood, attacked and got his victim. Every ball.
That was clutch. That was, yeah, after missing that last one, that was big for Theo. He needed those points.
Yeah, scored 0 in the last round, of course. Come back fighting here, though. Drawn level.
Came on that.
All 3 players. I saw him practicing this when he was setting up, so this is a nice little shot, this. Ball's in the corner of the side, coming across the table and playing the carom into make the ball in the side pocket. Oh, just missed the carom.
Yeah, you know what? If I was Dan, I wouldn't even do. Not much adjustment needed. I think it was just he just got a little bit unlucky. It's funny, this particular shot.
I was just wondering, Abraham, did he get maybe just a touch of right-hand spin on the cue ball that he didn't want and just widened the angle off of the second rail maybe? Let's have a look.
I would say yes, that, or he hit just a hair too thin. That's beautiful.
Oh, got it right this time. Oh, beautiful. What an adjustment again. Beautiful. Seems a bit of a while since we saw Tim Chin. He comes back to the table. The perfect setup. That's the one we saw Mr. Mihalis do. Second attempt.
Yes.
There's Jamie. Jason, the Michigan kid Lynch as well in the background. Look, big character, big voice. Great guy. Does a lot for the sport over the years. You can always hear him. I don't know why they give him a microphone. He doesn't need one. He's got that radio voice, hasn't he? Such a great voice.
He does.
I was lucky enough. I was lucky enough to interview Jason just before the last World Championships, actually. Great character. Here we go then, attempt number one.
Okay.
Oh, that went completely wrong. What happened there, Abram?
Couple things. He missed the 5 ball, the ball that goes into the center ball that goes into the corner pocket. He hit that too far to the right on the pocket. He hit the right side of the pocket, long rail, so he's got to hit fuller. And he might have even had a small gap between the 5 ball and the 7 because it looked like he missed that one a little bit too bad to where it might not have been set up right.
Almost looked like a double kiss.
Yeah, see that? Setup. Yeah, I think it was his setup. He might have just had a small gap that he was unaware of. Because it was a pretty bad miss on the first attempt, and then you see the second attempt is just flawless.
Yeah, the sign of a champion, making the adjustment very, very quickly, knowing exactly what he had to do. Sorted it out in one shot, gets it second attempt.
And that's the thing to anybody listening that's thinking about trying this is you have to, as the player, adjust to the equipment because the equipment is never going to adjust to you.
So what do we have here?
This is a variation of the hand is quicker than the eye. So in a nutshell, the 2 ball and the 10 ball.
Yeah, I know this shot.
Yeah, much tougher than it looks. 9 out of 10 players on their first attempt won't even hit the 2 ball with their stick. They'll understroke it. It's a long follow through.
Not a bad way to practice your follow through, in an illegal way, of course. So yeah, a little bit of trickery here. There you see it.
Yep.
Straight back to his seat before the balls had stopped moving, marking his score up.
Looks like
It's kind of the... Sorry, go ahead.
Looks like Tim just wanted to see. Oh, okay. Tim is shooting a different shot. I wasn't sure if he was shooting the same one or a different one. This one's a nice two.
Oh, look, there you see the tip of the cue going through and making contact with the ball he was snookered on. That's the shot. Oh, I love this.
Oh!
Wow. That's unusual to miss that ball.
And I'll tell you, Mark, the way Tim missed that shot is precisely the reason I don't like it. Because I've blown it, because it's that first ball that you make in the corner, you either hit it too hard, too soft, or you neglect it and you miss it. Oh, there we go, Tim.
Second attempt. Yeah, it reminds me of another shot that these players play, and it's the 3-2-1, 1-2-3. I love that shot. Still have to time that right, don't you? Got very close to the 5 ball.
Yeah, you have to time it, and you know, when you get those little tournament butterflies, you tend to under or overhit it. First round too. I mean, all these players have, you know, I don't care what anybody says, even as a veteran, you get little nerves right before.
Well, I was always told by the top sports stars, no matter what it is, whether it's your job, whether you're going to go and make a speech, or whether you're going to go and hit the first golf ball, or whatever it is that you do in life, if you lose that little bit of nervousness just before you start, that little bit of edge, because you just need that little something. Lose.
Interesting. Huh. Never heard that before, but it makes sense, Mark.
Oh, he's struggling with the accuracy of the... Now, I used to call this the machine gun shot. There's a similar shot they play in snooker. I remember Mike Massey used to play it on a snooker table years ago with the great Steve Davis. It's called the machine gun shot.
It's the machine gun. Yes, the machine gun speed shot. I saw former world snooker trick shot champion Bogdan Wolkowski. I seen him do it with like a dozen balls, I believe, on a snooker table.
Yeah, I've seen somebody do 10 reds, which was Dennis Taylor, who I know held the record for some time, but obviously Bob beat it. So no points there for Mr. Mihalis for the second time. Abraham, 0 points.
Let's see. Hide and seek. Oh, okay.
Ah, the stacker balls. I always love a stacker ball.
Yes, yes, and there's not, I tell people, I was telling some of my customers, because when I'm in my workshop, if I was practicing before or something, they might see my stacker ball and then they start, looking at it. And I tell them it's one of those things. There's not very many of them out there. It's a very custom thing for a trick shot artist.
Well, I remember when Anna Zurikova got her first stacker ball. I know she was waiting for it for some time. She couldn't wait. Now, those of you that don't know Anna, she actually became very, very interested in this sport when she saw, I think it was the World Championships, and she started getting into it. And I remember sending her the book of all the different shots, and she's been practicing very, very hard. And we're going to actually have her join us for a little chat to see how it's all going very, very soon. I know she's on her way. She's on the road driving to a weekend cottage. I know, very, very posh, her weekend cottage. But she's going to be joining us a little bit later to just have a little chat and tell us what she's been up to. And hopefully she's going to be taking part in one of these very, very soon. I know you follow her on Facebook, Abraham. She's a great person. She loves it.
Very talented. I look forward to getting to meet her in person. Let's go, Tim. Second attempt for Tim Chin.
Looks good to me. Looks very good to me.
That should do it. Yep.
So Theo Mihalis just getting left behind. 20 points behind Tim Chin the Dragon, I should say. And Dan 15 points ahead. And it will be Mr. Mihalis.
Yeah, Dan next. And
There's the explosion in a paint factory on the back of Jamie Moody's waistcoat there, look. What's going on here then, Abraham?
Theo, the shot that Theo's picking the same shot as Tim. Theo just has his own unique way of setting it up. He uses like his stick or something to uses to line up his line of centers and tangent lines, which I see a lot of players do that. All right, Theo.
Same shot, leave the yellow.
Same shot.
Cue ball around. First time, yes, fist pump. Good shot.
Great shot.
I'm always asked, how I feel about players showing emotion like that, fist pumping and little shouts of come on and things like that. And I must say, I like it because it shows, how much it means to him. He's obviously been practicing a lot, and to get them when you're on the big stage in the heat of tournament play, it's something special, and it's that release of achievement kind of thing. So good for you. Good to see.
Oh yes, I agree. My theory is get excited. Get excited.
Yeah, sometimes been the problem in certain cue sports where, maybe there hasn't been the characters that we need, but it's great to see the artistic pool players. They've lots of passion. And also something I like is the camaraderie between you guys, where you're always helping each other and cheering each other on. It's great to see.
Well, that and part of it is unlike other cue sports, we have 2, sometimes 3 tour stops a year. including the World Championship. So we don't see each other that often. Excuse me. So when we do see each other, it's always pleasant. Okay.
So attempt number 2. As we know, this guy normally gets it
Looks
right
like,
second time.
yeah, he did the same thing Tim did. He came long on the shot. Shot hit directly into the short rail pocket point. So
when you say long, just explain to some viewers that are maybe new to the game, what does it mean long and short when the ball hits? Just explain that for viewers.
So coming long would be hitting the short rail on the cushion by where the four or five ball is going to in the bottom left
Oh, he's
corner.
done it
So right there he
again,
hit
same.
long. That
Okay.
four ball hit long. If that four ball would have contacted the long rail, the long cushion, then believe it or not, it would have come up short.
Now there's that. What's that called? What's that one called? The butterfly, is it? Is it the butterfly on the middle table there we just saw? There's Superman in the background, look.
And
He's
Paulie.
playing the old Strickland shot. Al Strickland plays this 15 balls in a row and he doesn't give up until he makes it. Sometimes we have to leave him the keys to lock up and turn the lights off himself.
All right, Dan, third attempt. Center pocket. Great adjustment. All right, we got the easy button shot. This one is being played by Theo. Real pretty shot. Made famous by Andy Siegel.
I really wish they had a button that said, well, that was easy when you complete the
Right.
shot.
You know, Andy did on ESPN for several years. That was the prop he would use instead of a piece of chalk like we have right now.
And they get sued for trademark infringement or something silly? I don't know. Why'd they stop doing it? I think that's a great idea.
So the shot was always, he originally created it, it was with the easy button and it was submitted and it was approved in the ESPN program, but for the tournaments, the WPA, we just changed it to a piece of chalk just because it was easier. But yeah, it was an easy button for several years.
Should start a petition.
Mm-hmm.
All right, first attempt, 8 points.
Right. Yes. Oh, miscue.
Yep, one of the worst sounds for a pool player. A miscue and a cue hitting a hard tile floor.
Tell me about it.
Attempt number 2, now worth 7 points.
Good job, Theo. It looks like Jamie Moody got it over there on the other table as well.
All right, so that was 7 points for Theo.
Well, I didn't honestly think I was going to miss this shot, did you, Abram? One of my favourites is talking about.
All right, Stan's attempt.
Jamie Moody in the middle table there, on the next table, is playing a nice shot as well. A kind of variation on this, I would say, isn't it? He's in between the balls, and then on the third one, he has to go harder and make the ball over the corner pocket. Here we go. Does he get it? No, he's gone a little bit
Ooh, came up
short.
short.
See, I'm learning, Abraham. Short, not long. And the ball mustn't stop. Just hit it when it's moving. Here he goes again. Oh, he's caught the one ball. Great.
All right, Dan, let's see. Good speed. Oh, excellent speed.
Oh, look at this for a shot. It's brilliant. Well,
That was
if you want
perfectly executed.
I was going to say, if you
Oh,
want to learn how to play that shot, play it like that.
well, I mean, the way he hit it, I mean, just the roll. I mean, and as players, you know, we've attempted that shot, and it's happened to every single one of us where you get the absolute perfect roll, perfect speed, and then you miscue it. You swing and a miss, or you know, I mean, he perfectly executed that. He even had some time between the balls he was shooting to set up and restroke that cue ball properly.
Same shot then for Tim the Dragon Chin.
Yes, this is a favorite amongst a lot of players.
And there you see, look, he set all the balls up in the correct order as well, which I know some players do because it makes it easier to memorize and know what went wrong. Is that correct? Or is that the way it
Yes.
has to be set up?
No, like on this particular shot, a lot of speed shots. Myself and several of players tend to use balls in just numerical order. But yes, it's also to see. It's like, okay, well, the number 4 ball hits. It's always the last ball on the first set that I'm always missing. So yeah, for adjustment purposes, I see why it's.
Yeah, that's interesting. There you see the chalk on the
You know,
table. That's put there because the cue ball has to go round the back of the chalk off 3 rails.
Correct.
4 in the side, and now harder hit. Now that looks good to me.
That's perfect.
Oh, he's
wow.
hit it so he's hit it so accurate. He's missed the button under the rail and jawed it. It's hit both jaws. That's so unlucky.
It is unlucky. You know what it was? Is he'll be fine. He just has to move the butt of the cue stick that's under the rail down a little bit more. He didn't expect to come down that low on it. He expected it to play short because the cue ball, the 3 rails on the final shot tends to play short, which is why we put that cue stick butt. Yeah,
he's just caught the joint. The joint. Oh, agonizing.
And that's
agonizing.
And that's actually where he hit is considered coming short on the cue ball. But yes, he hit it right in the joint.
So
It's like
the
Steve
spear
Marco
thrower
setting up.
When are we going to see the 3-2-1, 1-2-3 and the circular draw? They're the ones I'm looking forward to.
So the 3-2-1, Steve Marco's actually playing it on the table next to Dan currently. Circular draw we will see in the next round, if any of the players decide to choose that one. If not, we'll see it in the playoffs for sure.
Could you just explain to viewers for us, Abraham, the actual format of this tournament? You know, what rounds we're going to have,
Yes.
and if you don't mind.
So the players are. The tournament is composed of 8 disciplines. The disciplines are: Discipline 1 is Trick and Fancy. Discipline 2 is Special Arts. Discipline 3 is Draw Shots. Discipline 4 is Follow Shots. Discipline 5 is Banks and Kicks. Discipline 6 is Stroke Shots. Discipline 7 is Jump Shots. Discipline 8 is Massé Shots. The format is players will shoot 4 rounds. Each round consists of 2 disciplines, which is the preliminary rounds. So right now the players are in their first preliminary round. They're shooting disciplines 1 and 2, which is Trick and Fancy and Special Arts. They will run through all 40 shots today in all 8 disciplines.
Wow.
By the end of the day, the top order of the finish will decide where the players get seeded in the single elimination playoff format. Now in the playoffs, those are the head-to-head matches where it's pretty much like a game of horse where they can pick shots from anywhere in the book. And when we get into the playoffs, I'll break down that format a little bit more in detail. But what's happening right now is players are doing their best to score as high as they can so they can secure a good seat in the brackets.
Gotcha. Now, third attempt, final attempt, does it?
Great job, Tim. That's worth 9 points.
Got him right back in it as well, hasn't it? Just 5 points behind down the spear thrower. Theo. I think Jonathan's his dad, isn't it? That's why I get them mixed up. I follow them both on Facebook.
Jonathan is Theo's dad, who's a phenomenal, a killer DJ.
Is he really?
Big shout out, Jonathan. Yes, he does. Finest Events, one of Theo's sponsors. That's Jonathan Mahilis' company. He is a phenomenal DJ, and he puts on some of the finest events.
Oh, just catching the outside ball. It was all going good, wasn't it, up until then?
Yeah, that ball picks up speed every time you re-hit it. It's trying to re-hit it and control it. That makes it so difficult, and then you only have a gap of a few balls.
Yeah, I mean, looking at this angle, which is the angle that he was trying to hit on the rail then, wasn't it, on that final hit? It really is quite a small window, isn't it, when you look at it from that angle. From this angle, not so bad. But as you say, getting higher and higher up each time he plays it. This looks good. Oh, it's gone short. Seems to be enjoying himself, though, which is the main thing. We are as well. Thank you very much, Theo. Oh, that was a little bit, I don't want to say careless, but a little bit lazy, mate. Just look to take it a little bit casual, I think is the right word. Not lazy, a little bit casual.
Yeah, well, at the same time, as important as the prelims are, players are also kind of using this time to really get a feel for the table for those head-to-head matches.
Yeah,
so
good point.
It's if you miss a shot, it's not the end of the world in the prelims. You don't want to miss it in the playoffs, but at the same time, you're trying to aim to be the top seed in the prelims because you'll play the lower seed going into the playoffs.
Here's one of my favourites. It's the 3-2-1-1-2-3. So you strike the 3 ball first, the 2 ball second, the 1 ball third. But they go in 1, 2, 3. So it's judging the pace of the 3 ball to go in last. It's quite a tricky little shot, this. I've tried it, and it's not very easy. It's the 1 ball that time.
Yeah, it's a tough shot. Gosh, I remember out of all the shots in this first round, this 3-2-1 is probably the most nerve-wracking, at least for me.
Yeah, it kind of makes me a little bit I get a little bit anxious when I'm playing this shot because it kind of puts you on the edge a little bit, you know.
Exactly. It's because it's something very unnatural.
That's
You know,
exactly right. Yeah.
I mean, you're doing two things that you do in pool, but not in the precise order. It's like you're slow rolling, then you're smoking a ball in right afterwards, you know? So it's awkward.
It really tests your senses, I think. You know, it tests your the feel, the touch,
Yeah,
and the
like for
mind as well.
example, this is
Oh, this is good.
excellent shot, Theo. And like I was saying, like this 3-2-1, like for example, if I were gonna be playing someone like Jason Shaw or a Ralph Eckert in an exhibition match, this is a shot I would probably play against one of those guys because as a pool player, you know, it may be so weird that they may miss. You know, this is a
Yeah, it
shot that
goes.
if your opponent, you know,
Oh, I don't like
it kind
this.
of pulls you
Oh,
off.
I don't like this. This is really messing with my mind here. He's using all the wrong balls. A little bit of OCD where things like this are concerned. Come on, it's called the three
Oh
two
yeah.
one one two three. It's not called the one
I know.
13 12.
Oh, I understand. I get it.
I don't think I've ever seen anyone not use the right balls for this. This could be a first for me.
Yeah, but it's
This is the 5 10 12 12 10 4 shot. Or the, oh, he's got it. Oh, no, he hasn't.
oh. Down, and I didn't see anybody pick the other one.
Jason Lynch hard at work in the corner, doing the books, doing the tax returns maybe. So 4, 10, 13 or 12. Oh, he hasn't got it. See, that's the pool god saying, use the right balls, please.
I believe that concludes the first round. That was the last shot for the final player.
Yes, that does conclude the Trick and Fancy and Special Arts rounds. We're going to have the next set of rounds are going to be at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. 2:30, my bad, 2:30. So we got about a hour and 10 minutes for the next match. So we will be seeing you guys then. Players will be trying to accumulate more points so they get the best seed possible in those brackets. As Abram was explaining earlier, that all-important seed for the playoffs. So be sure to come back at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time. That's about an hour and 10 minutes from now. I am Kevin Ross, along with Mark White, Abram Diaz. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you guys on the next one. See you guys.